Hello and a really massive warm welcome to this day one of our 5-day challenge, creating your 5K mindset. I'm Rachel Smith, and in this video I'm going to share with you content and then an action. And I'm going to be really encouraging you to come and share the action with us as well, so that we can be fully part of your challenge. So welcome to this. Now I'm going to jump straight into the content. You'll be delighted to know. If you want any of the preamble, any backstory to mindset and this challenge, there are 2 videos that are already pinned in here, so go and watch them. So let's get into it. Today we are going to kick off your mindset practice with the #1 emotion that is keeping you stuck right now. And this is looking at, exploring and understanding fear. Fear is absolutely essential for us to look at straight in the eye. Until we do that, it would be like building a house on really crumbly foundations. We are looking at creating you a robust mindset that will take you from where you are right now to where you want to be in those incremental steps. And looking at your fear and working on your fear is part of that. And if we didn't look at that, it would mean that the work that you're going to do going forward will not have the impact that it could have. So fear is what today is all about. Fear is going to be stopping you from going out there and being visible with your audience. It's going to stop you from going out there and being who you truly are with your audience. It's going to stop you from connecting with your audience. And it's going to stop you from going out there selling and creating and launching and actually calling in your soulmate clients and having the confidence to put the real true value on your services and your products. So fear is absolutely paramount to you and your success. So I'm delighted that the numbers have increased on the people on the live and not decreased since I've mentioned what today's topic is going to be. There is a little bit of a health warning with this, is that fear can make you feel very vulnerable. It can make you feel very uncomfortable, and that is completely normal. And there is going to be part of this week that's going to make you feel uncomfortable, but that's normal. What I'm asking you to do this week is to step up, is to up level, is to change a pattern that's been occurring in your life, in your business. And looking at fear is, we might as well go and get it out of the way and actually look at that. So looking at your fear is going to get you comfortable with going inwards, with looking at what's going on truly inside of you. So your action today is to look fear straight in the face and to be completely and utterly honest with yourself. And my favourite style for actually looking at fear, and I do this all the time, so I want you to know that I'm with you on this journey, is that I would do something what is called freestyle journaling, where there's no particular structure. You just grab a notebook and a pen or a piece of paper and you journal out. And I'll give you some prompts in a minute, but you just journal out freestyle. You just create yourself a little bit of space. You'll need about 10 minutes to do this. So if you've scheduled yourself some time in after this live, brilliant. But it's just about creating a little bit of space, a little bit of time where you can sit there in some peace and quiet, and for you to reflect on what is happening currently in your business. You might want to extend that out to your life as well, because I think the two are connected, but it depends how much time you've got. But it's to be really, really honest with yourself, to take a deep and thorough look at what is going on in your head and in your heart. Look at everything that's holding you back. It's like, and I was thinking about this earlier, and I think it's like having a little bit of a spring clean. If you think about your whole body and you're in there with a brush and you're kind of like sweeping up all of the fear, all of the worry, all of the doubt, everything that's actually going on right now for you that's holding you back, that's stopping you from having the success that you truly desire to have. So how does that feel? How does that sound, getting stuck into your fear? Now, this is, as I said, this is completely personal to you. So this is where you get to be completely honest with yourself as well. So what I suggest you do is that you grab just a pen, a piece of paper, and you think about where you are right now in your business. And for you to be completely honest with every fear-based thought, action that currently happens for you, when you think about the success that you truly desire to have, when you think about where you are to where you want to be, think about everything that comes up for you. And there'll be a stack, that always is. And I'm not going to sit here in judgment and kind of tell you that I don't do this myself. Of course I do, definitely. And I've got a nice little story that I'll share with you after this as well. So you can see how this occurred for me last week. So just have a think about everything that's going on for you right now. So it's looking at and writing down all that negative self-talk that you are probably unconsciously practicing every single day. And perhaps you're saying things like that you can't have the business that you want, that you are where you are and that's what you should be grateful for achieving, that having a successful business isn't for you, that you can't achieve it, that you're not good enough, you're not young enough, you're not intelligent enough, whatever kind of comes up for you. So write down, all of that self-negative talk that kind of comes up for you. And then look at areas where perhaps you're comparing yourself to other people, perhaps some jealousy is coming in, or some comparisonitis, or some judgments coming in about somebody else. And you may be looking at somebody else in business, maybe you've got similar business to yourself, somebody who you aspire to be like, and you are sitting in judgment saying, well, it's okay for them, they can have that type of business because. So it's just writing down absolutely everything that comes up for you. And it's just being really, really honest. And as soon as you kind of get to that point where you think, phew, whew, that's everything, that's all the negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, whatever comes up for you, that's everything. And just sit there and just ask yourself, what else? And it's a bit like peeling back the layers, isn't it? It's always about peeling back the layers. There'll be kind of one level of the fear that you absolutely own, and you're aware of that. But we want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So you want to be peeling it back. And every time that you think you've got to a point where you've written out everything you could possibly write about your fear, is just ask yourself, what else? And go again. And go until you think you're about done. And don't be too surprised if some absolute emotions come up for you. That is absolutely normal. And what we've got to remember about fear is a couple of things. Is that everything that you write out about the fear that's stopping you from building the business that you want is actually stopping you from living the life that you're supposed to be having. The fear is not serving you. All of these thoughts, feelings and actions are not actually serving you. They're not helping you to get to the point where you want to be. It's actually, the fear is actually keeping you where you are. It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you feeling overwhelmed. It's keeping you feeling as though you're unclear about what to do next in your business. And what I love about fear is this: fear is not real. So that's a really interesting fact if you haven't realised that fear is not real, it's a perception. We're often future pacing ourselves, kind of seeing ourselves being or doing or having something, and it's a perception of whether or not we can or can't achieve it, or whether we are good enough to receive it. So just remember that fear is not real, it's a perception. And also this, which I absolutely love, is that you cannot feel fear and love at the same time. So what we're trying to do today is to get you used to looking at fear and to start to get you to become comfortable with identifying those fear-based things that are keeping you stuck. And what we're looking to identify today is patterns, so that actually in the future, when you hear that self-talk, when you hear yourself thinking in a particular way, you can recognise really quickly that this is your fear-based thinking, that the reasons why this is coming up for you is all based on fear. And what we're looking at doing during the course of this challenge is to actually start to move that forward and start to release yourself from that fear. So that is your task for today, is to just sit there quietly and just identify all of the fear that's keeping you stuck, that's kind of coming up for you here and now, and to keep peeling back the layers until you've got to a point where you absolutely know that you have swept around every negative element within you. So the kind of action that I'd like you to share in here is for you to complete this exercise and then come and share in the comments below a photograph, just a quick snapshot of your journal. Now, if you think that all of us have got time to sit there and actually read your journal, we haven't. And I'd also say that it's just about identifying that you've done this and say, yes, I've done it, Rachel, that's great. And so we can cheer you on. You'll be delighted with yourself because you've taken this action on. It's a little bit of accountability. You will inspire other women to do this as well. And the kind of bonus action here is, if after you've journaled and you've taken a photo and shared in the comments below a picture of your journal, is if you'd like to come into the group and share what your biggest takeaway from completing. That's it. I'll be back at 1 p.m. tomorrow with day 2's content. I'll be putting up a Q&A video in the group so that we can have a thread for any questions. But I'm just going to love you and leave you and let you get on with day 1's actions. Have a really great time with this. It's not going to be half as bad as you might imagine it's going to be. Okay? See you later.